The servants of the Heath household were gathered and interviewed. Everyone who worked for the house at the time worked together to protect Mamiya. The person who had drugged me was still here, so I had no trouble gathering evidence. I wish you would have consulted with me. When I said that, the man who had replaced my late father as the official head butler told me on behalf of everyone. They were threatening me. They were paying off our family's debts, and they were going to divert their rights to the black market. If that happened, not only your wife's life but also your would be in danger. I had no choice but to cooperate with the conspiracy he suggested. I'm so sorry. It's all because of our cowardice. Well, that was exactly what the report said. I wasn't as strong back then as I am now. I guess I was a good knight, but I had only been a B rank at best. It would have been impossible for me to defend this house alone. It's all over now. What matters is what happens from now on. Indeed, you're right. I will take care of all the punishments, so please be lenient with the members of the house. When the head butler said this while bowing low, the other servants also apologized. That scene was a representation of my father-in-law's humanity. Don't be mistaken. I was wrong too, so I don't want to put all the blame on you guys. So please, continue to support us well. I tell them that. We were all in the same boat. So I wanted them to join me on the joint responsibility. Calgurio-sama. Tears welled up in the butler's eyes. However, right after that, he tilts his head as if he's noticed something. It's natural to support your wife, of course, but are you supporting us? He found out. Calgurio-sama. What do you mean by that? Even Mamiya wonders. This is the moment of truth. I'm truly afraid of what would happen if they rejected me, but I gather my courage and tell them. What? It's true. We were all wrong. I mean, the fact that we were divorced was wrong too, so we should just pretend that it never happened. Do you think so too? Unlike my inner heart, I appeared calm. Honestly, that logic is hard to push through. Not only did Mamiya and I file for divorce, but Nest and Mamiya's remarriage vows were duly filed and accepted long ago by the Imperial Court. It would normally be impossible to overturn this, but I was confident that minutes would do something about it. So, you mean, we're going to be married again? Yes, I do, but do you want that? I think my heart is pounding. Are you sure you want to go through with this? I want you to. I hope so. I hope you'll accept it. But the drugs. She may be talking about drugging me that time, but that was settled too. His Majesty Rimuru revived this body. He said it was fertile, so I'm certain that any effects of the poison have vanished. You don't have to worry about that. Maybe, but it's okay. So, can you and I start our marriage over again? It was a confession of the whole body. I thought one marriage proposal was enough, but I never thought I'd get to do it again with the same woman. But if I didn't pull this off, I was likely to remain empty for the rest of my life. I waited for Mamiya's response, more nervous than preparing for a fight. Mamiya's eyes lit up. And a smile came to her face. Beautiful. In this moment, Mamiya had regained a beauty that had been lost over the past 20 years. But pleasure. My blank heart was filled with joy. And at the same time, the servants cheered us on with blessings. I had served my purpose. The small matter of Nest remains, but the fact that he was the head of the Baron Heath will be blotted out, so he's probably doomed anyway. Nest's status will return to that of a merchant. Unlike a nobleman, the privilege of immunity from arrest does not apply to him as a merchant. Any crimes he commits will be imputed to him, and he'll never see the light of day again. Criminal acts against noblemen means he'll have to take it against his own people. It will destroy his father. This worked out well. I don't care if I have to arrest him now. Yes, sir. Well then, I'll capture both Viscount Zuck and dispose of them here. Yes, then please. I pushed the miscellaneous things to my subordinates. The case was closed. Thus, I was reunited with Mamiya and became the head of the Heath family once again. Congratulations on your marriage, if I may say so. It's not a new marriage, and yet it's not a remarriage, though. Me and Minutes were once again exchanging drinks at the Imperial City's restaurant. Well, whatever it is, I wish you well with your wife. Thank you. And also, it helped me with the process. Yeah, that was a tough one. If you brought up the statute of limitations, it was impossible to turn it over. I'm sorry, but I had to resort to the hardball approach. I hear you had a hard time. Well, yeah. But I don't mind. Just think of it as a congratulatory gift. Then Minutes laughed. Thank you. I replied and smiled shyly. Then he asked me to dig into my marriage. Don't be so ecstatic. It's alright. Come on. Marriage is good. You should stop being a bachelor and find a woman to be your partner for life. Shut up. Don't try to interfere in my private life. Wahahahaha. That's why I was so brave at the time. I've already heard that. For the 5th time. It can't be helped. If you want to listen to me so badly, I'll make you listen to me as many times as you want. You're looking pretty drunk, man. I didn't expect you to get so tangled up in it. I can't help but feel like he asked me, or that I just spoke on my own. Well, that's not the point, so if I care about it too much, it's my loss. After a certain amount of rambling, he finally got down to business. So, about that file. Was it useful? What did you mean when you said it was a bargaining chip for me? Did you notice? Of course. It was 20 years ago. From the time you said you did your research, that's more than a decade ago. So how is it that the information on each individual is so comprehensive? With an investigation that detailed, even the Intelligence Bureau would be unable to do it. That's a really sober point, if you're drunk. Now that Minutes has confirmed it, I'm sure of it. Tensura Dono. That's right. She gave me something I thought might be useful to you. That's scary. Yeah, totally. Honestly, I'm really scared. I don't know how they would have the resources to investigate in such detail. The White Primordial Daemon long feared in the Empire. It is said she was sealed by the King's Guard in the Lakeshore died in Scarlet incident, but now that was a bit of a mystery. She was sealed on purpose. Or rather, the seal was meaningless. Tensura Dono's strength is her brain. I'm told that she caused Velgrynd some problems despite their overwhelming difference in ability. That fact was a true testament to her fearfulness. From our point of view as a military department, if we have to deal with Tensura Dono, we'll lose on the strategic side. In other words, it's a no-win situation. I hope you will keep that in mind, as you consider your future dealings with the Monster Kingdom. Idiot. You don't have to tell me to understand that. I'm going to have to taste the bitterness of all those negotiations before the war. I respect His Majesty Rimuru's wisdom because you put him in the diplomatic service. Well, it seems that it was unnecessary advice. Minutes and I are in agreement, and this is a great relief to me. There would be continued cooperation with the Monster Kingdom in the future. At least for now, while Minutes and I are alive. But it's a question of what happens after that. The Monster Kingdom, it's like the leaders of the Tempest Federation have no lifespan. By contrast, in our empire, replacements will inevitably occur. Velgrynd Sama is indifferent to politics. She would complain about giving advice, but I feared for those who would replace others. Becoming husband and wife with Mamiya has given me back my respect for my family. That's why I fear for the future of the empire. We have to come up with a system that prevents us from getting into conflict with the Monster Kingdom. And it's for our children's sake that we should educate them to keep it that way. We have a lot of work to do now. Yeah, we've got a lot of work to do. I guess Minutes had come to the same conclusion. I smiled and tipped my cup with a grin.